Welcome to the presentation on Schoology. Welcome to the presentation on Schoology. We'll be discussing what Schoology is and giving a brief overview of what it will be doing. Welcome to the presentation on Schoology. This is a brief presentation on what Schoology is and how it will be used by the Bermuda public school system. This presentation is aimed specifically at school staff, although Schoology will be used by all members of the public school system. Our learning intentions for today. We are learning about the features of a learning management system, Schoology, that will be implemented in the Bermuda public school system for the new academic year. This is because this common platform will be utilized by all stakeholders throughout the Bermuda public school system. Our success criteria. I can describe the benefits of the course tool. I can describe the benefits of the group tool. I can describe the benefits of the resource tool. And I can identify the features of the static toolbar. Just to set the stage, please note that this is an overview to provide you with some insight on the Schoology platform. There will be additional training offered on how to use Schoology in the future. So what exactly is Schoology? Schoology is a learning management system, or LMS, that has all the tools we need to create engaging content, design lessons, and assess student understanding. This is a brief video that will give an overview of the Schoology platform.
Ever wonder why it's so hard to manage your daily teaching tasks? Even with all the available technology, you might be overwhelmed using one system to post assignments, another to record grades, and yet another to maintain your calendar, all while relying on email to communicate. Well, now there's a simple way to manage your classroom. Schoology streamlines your workload without slowing you down, so you can spend less time administering your tools and more time teaching, communicating, and collaborating. Schoology lets you organize your courses, post content for your students, and track due dates to easily manage your schedule. You can increase student engagement by hosting interactive discussions and grade your students on their participation. Your students can even take online tests and quizzes directly within the platform, allowing for immediate scoring and analysis. Schoology makes collecting homework easier than ever. Students can submit their assignments into an online Dropbox where you can provide one-on-one feedback and track revisions. Student activity is automatically captured, saving you time as you record grades, manage attendance, and assess student performance. The secure platform connects classrooms for shared learning, whether they're down the hall, across the country, or around the world. It also facilitates professional learning communities, providing a forum for the sharing of resources and ideas, as well as private teacher-to-teacher communications. It supports learning beyond classroom walls and long after dismissal. It's far more than just a teaching tool. Schoology is an entire toolbox. Schoology. Learn together.
Currently, teachers are using many different platforms to facilitate online instruction, especially for the purposes of remote learning. Fortunately, Schoology provides much of the functionality of these services on one platform. This makes it easier for teachers to distribute assignments from one location, and parents and students only need to go to one platform to access classwork. This graphic shows just some of the benefits of using Schoology for our school system. Using the Schoology platform, teachers can build items they need, share resources, and collaborate and deliver lessons both synchronously in real time or asynchronously. Schoology also allows ease of communication with other teachers or with students and parents. We're now going to discuss Schoology and our student information system. PowerSchool is and will continue to be our student information system. PowerSchool acquired Schoology in October of 2019, and now Schoology is a platform under PowerSchool. The advantage of this is that as the two products develop, they will continue to work seamlessly with each other. This was another factor in our decision to use Schoology as our learning management system. Central scheduling is completed in one location in PowerSchool at the department level. The student roster and courses will then sync with Schoology. Once teachers begin creating and grading assignments, these grades will be automatically synced back to PowerSchool. This feature is known as Grade Passback. The courses will continue to be created in PowerSchool over the summer and will appear in Schoology at the start of the new year. Now we're going to look at three main areas of Schoology: courses, groups, and resources. Courses is where teachers will spend most of their time. Teachers will not be creating their own courses, as Schoology will pull those courses from PowerSchool once the courses are created at the department level. These courses are only active during the academic year. So if school starts on September 1st and ends on June 30th, for example, the courses will only be active during that time. The courses section is where teachers create and assign course content, and it's the only place where teachers can collect and score students' work. This is also the only place that students can view a grade they received on the items that were graded inside of Schoology. Groups and courses look similar, but they function very differently. Groups are for collaboration and communication. You can set up faculty groups, content-specific groups, grade-level groups, and even student organizations. Administrators can set up staff groups and have staff meetings inside Schoology. You can share and create content within a group, and the group administrators can add and remove teachers from the group if necessary. Any resources created in the group can be used by members of that group in their individual courses. Groups are a great place to create material in a central location and distribute them to members of that group. The resources section. Everyone has personal home space under the resource menu. This is where you can create and save items to use later, or create content to share with others. You also have access to public resources created by other teachers who are using Schoology around the world, which can then be used in your own courses. Once you create a resource in Schoology, you never have to recreate it. It can be pushed to courses, groups, and other resource sections. Even at the end of the academic year when courses are archived, you can still reuse your material for the following academic year. Now we're going to have a brief overview of the courses section from a teacher's perspective. Clicking on the Bermuda Public Schools logo will take you back to the home screen anytime. The course icon allows you to see recent activity and your course dashboard. The calendar lets you see what is coming up and what is overdue. The shield icon represents that you are the instructor of that course. If you do not see a shield, that means that you are a participant in that course. Please note again that your courses will be created for you via PowerSchool. This slide shows a teacher's view. You can see that course materials are organized in folders by topics, just like you would on a regular computer. Each folder can be color-coded as well if you like. As we mentioned, we are used to having our courses created for us in PowerSchool for the beginning of the school year, and Schoology courses will work the same way. The course will be set up for you, but you will still have to input the assignment as you do in PowerSchool. It is very easy to manage content within Schoology. Folders can be dragged and reordered and edited. Unpublishing the folder keeps it private, and students will not see or have access to this folder until it is published, and you can also assign folders or files to individual students. As you can see in this slide, student folders can also have multiple items inside them. To add materials to your course, click on the Add Materials button. In the panel, you will see a variety of different materials that you can add to your course. We'll review some of these in the next slide. This table shows the different types of interactive content available within Schoology and their specific features. You can take some time to pause this video to view the table. This is an example of content within a folder. In this folder, we see two links, BBC News and PBS Kids. We also see a document with homework help links and a discussion question that has been added. This is what the gradebook will look like in Schoology. We must reiterate that you will not have two gradebooks. Schoology speaks back to PowerSchool. They synchronize in one direction. In this example, there are 3 students in Mrs. Bean's class. Once the assignment is scored, the student is notified and it can be transferred to PowerSchool. Now we will look at Schoology from a student's perspective. When students sign on, they will see their collection of courses. Schoology is a one-stop shop for students as well, and parents won't have to worry about students in the same household using multiple platforms. This slide introduces you to the symbols that the students need to be familiar with. Number 1 is the link icon. Number 2 is the video icon. Number 3 shows a discussion assignment. Number 4 shows that a word processing document is attached. These word processing documents can be either Microsoft Word or Google Docs. Number 5 shows a slideshow presentation. These slideshow presentations can either be Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides. On the right-hand side is the calendar section, which will indicate any upcoming or overdue assignments. This is an example of an assignment. The teacher has given clear instructions for the assignment and has attached helpful research links to the assignment itself. Upon completion, students can submit their work by clicking the Submit Assignment button. This video shows an example of an assessment. In this video, you will see examples of different types of questions that can be included in an assessment.
So here's an assessment example. We have some enhanced question types for you. You will see 7 different questions and 7 different tools you can use when creating assessments. There are other tools that you can use. However, you will not see all of them in practice in this video, but as we have further PD sessions, you will be able to see what those tools are. But I'll mention a few of them later on in the video. So we're going to start this assessment. The first type of assessment tool, let's go back to question 1, that you can use is what we call a highlight hotspot. Basically, this allows the students to highlight and answer for any question. So as you can see, the teacher has given 4 options, group 1, group 2, group 17, or 18. And the question is that they must select the noble gases from the periodic table. So the student is able to choose which column or which group they think is the correct noble gas. So we're going to click group 18, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the next question. Then we have a tool that's called highlight image. So you can actually get the students to draw right on a diagram. So you have a color picker, so they could pick any color that they wish to use. So we could just draw a line like that. I can undo it. I can pick a different color. You can see that I'm doing a squiggly line. I'm also now gonna put a line straight through. I can clear everything. So there's a lot that you can do with this highlight image tool. Next, we have a label image, all right? So you can actually have students labeling pictures or maps, matching things. This is nice for the younger ones as well as the older ones. Okay, so this is pretty cool as well. And then the next question is the highlight text tool. Basically, in this question, they're asking the students to highlight any action verbs in the sentence. So the dog ran across the yard, and that's highlighted. Michelle yelled when she hit her toe. Craig is throwing the football. We ate dinner, then walked around the park. Not only can they pick one word out of sentences, but if you had a paragraph, they could pick a sentence out of the paragraph. If you had an entire essay, you could have them pick an entire paragraph from that essay. So it's so much that you can actually do with the highlight text feature. With math, if we wanted to write the number as a hundredths in fraction form and decimal form, what we could actually do, I'm just going to do the fraction form. We could write 90. I can pick my fraction over 100, and that allows us to get answers that we're looking for in math. Okay. The next tool is being able to use the timeline. So you can just start picking people. Let's just start moving them around, placing them on the timeline, right? Great for social studies, great for science and other subjects. So you can use a timeline as an assessment tool as well. And then you also have the graph. So you can use the graphing tool depending on whatever it is that you're assessing. So the other tools that I mentioned to you, this is your toolbar on the right. You could have tools such as a calculator if you wanted the students to have a calculator for math or science throughout the entire test. You could put the calculator right here on the toolbar for them, and we'll show you the how to do that in future PD sessions, but you can actually put that right on your toolbar for the entirety of the test. However, if you didn't want it on there for the whole test, but you wanted it on one question or two questions, you could actually embed it right into that question. There's also a ruler that you can use, and they can actually take it out, pull it off the toolbar, and use that to measure something in a test. You have a protractor, you have a compass. So there's many other tools that can be actually attached right to the toolbar for the entirety of the test, or it can actually be embedded right within the question. So what we have strive to do with this little short video is to give you a little insight as to how assessments can be made very interactive using Schoology. And again, the how to do it will be done with you in future PD sessions.
Now we're going to have a quick overview of the group section. To access your groups, click the group button. You can also join school groups, and you can join public groups, which include all Schoology users worldwide. In this slide, Jenna is included in one group in Schoology. Any school or public group that Jenna joins in the future will fall under her group tab. Now a quick overview of the resources section. The resources link will allow you to access the various resource sections in Schoology. The personal group is where you build your own resource library. The public group is where you can access resources that are shared among people that have already been made public, anywhere in the world. The group section holds both group and school resources. And the apps section is where you can access apps that are attached to the Schoology platform. Now we're going to walk you through the features that will help you navigate around Schoology. Everyone has courses, groups, and resources across the top navigation along with the other icons. We're now going to walk you through each one of these icons. Schoology has powerful search features. You can access the search function by clicking on the magnifying glass icon. Courses, groups, and resources can all be searched for by entering their name in the search field. Any apps that Schoology supports can be accessed by clicking the App Center icon. This is the calendar icon. It takes you to the calendar showing all of the different courses you teach and when the work is due. When discussions, assignments, and assessments are created with a due date, they are dropped directly into the calendar for the teacher and the student. It shows all the courses and due dates in one spot. The Schoology calendar looks the same for students and teachers. Students and teachers can also add other items to their own calendar using the day view. The folded envelope is used for private messaging inside of the Schoology platform. It works just like email. You can send messages to students, system administrators, and school leaders. Students can message teachers, and that is also important. If a message is sent from Schoology, it goes to the email address used to set up Schoology. If you have a message, a yellow icon will appear over the envelope. The great part about this is that you can respond directly from your email as well. You can see your messages here, or you can go back to your regular email and respond from there as well. Keep the messaging professional. If you wouldn't type it in an email, don't type it in the Schoology messaging app. This bell is the notifications icon. As a teacher, you get notified when students have turned in work, or a co-teacher uploads content, or a group shares content. Students have the same icon. They get notified when work is assigned or the teacher has marked their work. You can also turn on what you want to be notified about and turn off what you don't want to be notified about. The self-paced Getting Started with Schoology course for teachers. This course has all the basics that you will need to know to get started using Schoology. You will get a certification of completion once you have finished the course. You can submit these certificates to get PD hours. School site professional development will begin later in the year. If you are watching this presentation on YouTube, look in the description box to find a link to this presentation. In this presentation, you can access this link that will take you to Schoology support. In the Schoology support page, there are documents and videos with step-by-step instructions to assist you when you begin to use Schoology. If you are having any issues with your account, please email help@moed.bm.